How's everyone doing on this wonderful morning? Good morning, Miss Susan, Mr. Phil, Uncle Romy Rome. Check your email, Uncle Romy Rome. Yes, sir, Melissa, Mrs. Danya, Chef Jay, Tracy. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm not going to be before you long. I'm going to go ahead and pass it on over to our master trainer for the morning, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Antonio T. Smith Jr.
Grand Rising, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. As usual, I'm having a slight issue of what to talk about this morning because I don't really teach y'all, even though I do. You're actually building with me, but everything that I'm doing is at a NASA astronaut level, and I don't know how to bring it down. So I'm going to ask a few questions and see where you are, and then I'll decide from there what to do, because I don't think you are building a 36 algorithmic recommendation algorithm, and I don't think you need that at this moment. Not saying you won't need that, or 6 million line social media. So I'm not saying you won't do that either, but anywho, so let's, with all who will participate, which should be all of you, what is your desire right now? Go ahead, Tracy.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hello, everyone. I didn't want to cut you off, but I did want to make sure I said this before the day got started and before I got students in class. I just want to first, I just want to say thank you to the ATS community. And just to let you all know a little bit about what happened this weekend. I had 2 keynote speeches this weekend. Thursday I spoke, Friday I spoke, and I spoke at the 7-figure networking event. I had the opportunity, and I want to say this because we talked about Antonio T. Smith Jr. while we were there. I had the opportunity to meet Arshia, Spontaneous Queen. Queen Chi was there. Henry with Kickover, Entrepreneur Academy was there. Coach C, like all these amazing people. And my talk was about the power of partnership, the power of positive partnerships. And I was just thinking, like, I had the opportunity to be in the room at the table with these people. Like, I know it was divinely put in place, but I just want to say thank you, because I know that where I was last year, I didn't start with this group until June, and it hasn't even been a year. But to be able to network, I mean, there was other people in there, but to see the opportunities and to sit at I don't know, it pretty much, it took me to another level of my thinking. It took me to another level of what I want to do, what I'm trying to do. And so I just wanted to say, I know you were thinking of a topic. I don't have a topic for you, but I just wanted to say, I want to show my gratitude. I want to thank Mr. Phil for all of the things that he's done to help me with my speaking. Literally, I got more subscribers. I got more publicity. I got more members that joined. Like, it was a great opportunity. And I know that without the ATS community, I wouldn't have had that opportunity. And then at the same time, like, Brother Henry knew like Sean P and them, and it was like everything went full circle, and he's trying to open a school in Houston, and I'm trying to leave the district. And it's just kind of like, I just wanted to say thank you, and I appreciate you all. And just in case I can't talk again, have a great day.
That's good. That's good. Come on, y'all, let me mute your mics and clap. Y'all need to learn how to Yes,
Congratulations, Tracy.
absolutely. We was just with Brother Henry recently. I don't know how very recently though. I'm sure he tells you. Yeah, very
Last
recently.
Friday.
Yeah, last Friday because he yes, and we have me and him have a secret agenda, especially for something you mentioned. I'm just not gonna say nothing. Yeah, you understand. I'm just not gonna say nothing. And I believe, and of course, I mean, great things to everybody you mentioned. I know it'll all be well. And I know it was amazing because good energy finds other good energy for sure. And I have a meeting right after this call about something similar. And so I was kind of jostling back and forth between that. And like, all right, do I tell them to do something similar, which you did? So you kind of pick my topic. I literally text one of y'all this morning. I'm not gonna say who, like we about to blow up, and they agreed because of some things that I've come up with. So we'll take a media approach to this here, but I do want to tell you, Tracy has done something that is not normal. And I want to highlight that. All right. I want to highlight that. Let me move y'all over so my head can quick go to the side. There you go. All right. I keep looking at y'all over here, and you're right here. Move y'all over. What Tracy did was be grateful for where she is. You're missing it. You're absolutely missing it because that's not normal. That's not normal. I know that you are going to think that I am talking wooey fooey up here stuff. You know what? Everything is wooey fooey and everything is up here. You just shrink it down to your level of understanding. Allow me to explain that no one works with anyone who is continuously ungrateful. I'll wait.
Watch yourself.
I'll push that further. No one networks with anyone bad mouthing the network they just left.
Didn't I tell you to watch yourself?
I'm trying to make this work for you. So when you bloom where you are planted, you find other trees planted by the rivers of waters. Yeah, I snuck that one in there, Jerome. I snuck it in there. I snuck that one in there. Sure did.
Go on and preach.
I snuck that one in there. Sure did. Because it makes sense. It makes sense. So we're going to talk about media today because I've been working on media for some stuff. Some of you need apps and you don't know it. Some of you need to think outside the box. So may I list you a bunch of things? Tracy, you're in app land now. Whether you know it or not, you need an app. Okay, you do. There needs to be I'm looking at your group. I'm looking at you, and then your personality is just, you're one of the people, you are feisty and grateful, which that's genuine though. I mean, she's feisty. Don't get it twisted. She's not docile and grateful. Oh, thank you every day. Nope. She is. Thank you. And I'm pissed off for my greatness. Right. She's one of those, which is how you become Michael Jordan. Right. That's how you become Michael Jordan. So she's one of those. Today's topic, Grace, let's go with becoming a brand using AI to become a brand, to become a top brand. Just put top brand. Using AI to become a top brand. I'm doing this for y'all. Today is 100% for y'all. All right. I was going to say something very important. Tracy's personality just rubs people the right way. It rubs people the right way, right? And you want to rub people the right way. That being said, some of you are in app land. Phil and Susan just created a concept for an app last week that is much needed. Like you don't build an app because you need one. You build an app because your audience needs one. Some of you, so let me just list out these few things real quick. Grace is taking notes. She's off camera. She's not feeling good today, but she's still taking notes. I don't know who's putting the notes. I don't know who's putting in chat, but I need to see this list in chat. App or apps plural. YouTube shows, but YouTube shows. Social media shows, I'm counting that different from YouTube. I'm saying YouTube is no longer a social media. I can have a strong argument for that. And then I'm going to say virtual reality shows. Games based off what you do. Step by step. Video and audio thingy. Just put thingy. It's a technical term today. Thank you. And we'll stop right there for now. And let me back up with the step-by-step video. So a lot of you need a podcast. Some of you need a podcast that is instructional. Chef Jaya is one of them. Some of you need to give your craft away. Who among you, without me further explaining that, can release teachings before the internet that says, don't show people your craft, give them the sizzle, not the steak? You got release, who can release that? And admit to us that you need to show people what you do more often and better than what you're doing it now, and how to do it. Who among you? Okay, Grace says yes. Grace says yes.
Me for sure.
I can say myself.
Good.
I put my hand up, but yeah.
Yeah, no, everybody who said something is absolutely correct. Everybody who said something. It's not enough. The internet is respectfully, college is irrelevant. It is. I give college 10 years before there's a major, what's that guy name? Tom Rainier. Tom Rainier. Y'all know who Tom Rainier is? It's not, okay. Deanna, Google Tom Rainier and put him on YouTube, the share screen. Tom Rainier is known for fixing churches. He writes a lot of books about dead churches and unchurched churches. Very nice guy. And what he does, Jerome, is he describes a dead church, Tom, and then, yeah, there you go. A dead church. Scroll down. No, I have no idea. Oh, Church Answers feature Tom Rainier. There you go. This other one right here. There you go. Growing healthy churches together. Now, let me. Okay, you can stop. I just wanted to give him his props. He is the Phil and Susan Sorrentino of the church world. He goes into dead or dying churches and he revitalizes them. He writes books about this. He has put Tom Rainier and then revitalize in the Google. And when you got something to put on screen, it's going to be everywhere. That's what he does. He revitalizes dead or dying churches. And I want to explain to you his definition of a dead church and a dying church. And this is very, very, very important because this is where college is. This is where many of your businesses don't want to focus on colleges and universities. Tom Rainier and all his hundreds of thousands of research, and we all know this to be true through Pew Research, peer-reviewed studies, that 93% of churches in America today are dead or dying. To give you an idea of what that means, Jerome, that means if you come to the South where there are 10 churches per block, that's the truth. The Bible Belt playeth not with building churches. If you come to the South, if you come to Atlanta, you will find churches and liquor stores in the same community. And you will pass up 10 churches, Jerome, and neither one of them are healthy churches. At 93%, that means you need to get to 100 churches to find 7 of them that can keep their doors open. So everybody listen, a dead church is a church that can close its doors at any time, pending anything happening. Anything can make that church close. Now you're going, what's this got to do with everything? And I'm not trying to hear about church. I'm not telling you about church. How many of you, don't answer out loud, have a business at any time? It can close down. You see where I'm going? It makes some damn sense today, don't it? At any time, one pandemic thing over, one bad deal over.
Yep, closed down.
Closed down. Some of you got businesses ain't made money in 3 years. That's been closed down. That business in your pocket. And I'm telling you that there are colleges out there and banks that at any time, one thing can close their college down. Tom Rainier then defines a dying church as a church that within 10 years, if it does not make any changes, will find itself in the dead category, being able to close down at any time. Yeah, not listening. I'm not telling you this is right. I'm not telling you it's wrong. Jerome, if you ask me, should we be building healthy churches? I'm going to tell you no. Oh yeah, if you ask me, should the church be healthy? I'm going to tell you no. I'm going to tell you, that's our doggone problem. The problem is we didn't stop building ministries and start building healthy churches. As long as Jerome is doing his job, Jerome is always bringing unhealthy folk in the church. Church should never be healthy. Healthy means you didn't stop evangelizing and start growing people. That ain't what Jesus established. Uh-oh, there I go again, Janice.
You preaching, boy.
There
you
I
preaching.
go again. So I'm not telling you that this is right or wrong. I'm just telling you what a business approach to said church. And there are many colleges that don't know it yet. In 10 years, if they don't make changes, they out of there. First thing college is going to try to do is ban Chat GPT and everything artificial intelligence. So then their reaction has an opposite and equal reaction, Phil. If you try to ban what's teaching me better than my professor, and I guess I don't need the damn professor.
Amen.
No, this makes sense. This makes sense. If you're not going to let me use what's out here in the real world, so when I graduate, I'm behind, then no sense in me going to school. Some of this makes sense. You don't see it yet, but my little brain and the way it works does. Absolutely sees it. Back to media, because that was my foundation for media. So if you don't make yourself some sort of media company with these things I have listed, apps, YouTube, social media, virtual reality, games, based off what you do, a step-by-step audio thingy or video thingy, you're going to have a hard time, watch it, keeping your business open in 10 years. See how I made all that connect, Jerome? All that was connected. And every bit of it was connected. You're going to have a very hard time keeping your stuff open. Now, I want everybody on this call. Now, this is honest. I want everybody on this call. Do not answer out loud. I want you to internally answer to yourself. Don't make me do the 90s evangelical thing. Here, I close your eyes and the music starts coming on. It's tension music. If you die right now.
If you would have died tonight.
Don't make me do that. Don't make me do that, okay? Don't make me do that. But everybody, unclose your eyes, keep them open, but do not answer out loud. But I want you to take Tom Rainier's definitions. I can close at any time, right now. Just if one pandemic, one bankrupt, one sickness, a cancer diagnosis, whatever that may be, for whatever reason, my kid get a broken arm, or whatever, Instagram stop existing. All right, somebody just text me and say this. Somebody just probably may say it's a wrap for me. Thank you for your honesty. It's a wrap for me. If you know that all it takes is anything to happen and your business is done for, don't answer out loud. I want you to own that, and I want you to admit that to yourself. You are a dead business. You're not a dying business. You're a dead business. I'll define a dead business in a second. And the way Tom Rainier defines a dead church, I'll define a dead business. You can get this from, I used to listen to this podcast all the time. A dying business is 10 years from now, I'm out of there. If I don't make any changes, and I think see, this is what inspires me about what the humor consultants have done in the last 5-6 years. The humor consultants are like Madonna and Madonna, Mariah Carey, and Mary J. Blige. Like, they reinvent themselves all the time, don't they? No. Madonna is still relevant. I have no idea how. It's like 12 Madonnas out here. Not even sure how that happens. Mary J. Blige is completely relevant, and Mariah Carey is still like the #1 selling artist every Christmas, and she every time. And the humor consultants reinvent themselves every single time to stay relevant to the age in which they are in. That's called leadership. That's called business. Do not miss this. Because if you think, well, I don't need to change every time, mine is straight. No, it ain't. It's never going to be straight, because you can never, ever, ever strip your business from the environment it is in. As long as you are here in postmodernity, as which you are, postmodernism. Postmodernism says something is cool today, Phil, and we don't like it tomorrow. That is the world you live in. That is the absolute world you live in. Oh my God, Will Smith is amazing. Forget Will Smith. And then now I'm watching y'all get mad at Chris Rock. Chris Rock is so amazing the way he handled that. Then Chris Rock did a comedy show telling pretty clean jokes about what happened. Ain't really that bad. And then how you going, I just didn't like the way he talked about Will. What the hell was this man supposed to do? He's a comedian. He's got to talk about something. So we flippity flap real quick. We Bloods one day and Crips the other. I don't know what we be doing. And your business falls in that. And as soon as you
Mr.
get your
Smith,
yes, sir. You then Susan.
don't forget that last week you promised us
Mhm.
before you exited the call that you were going to comment about Mr. Trump. And after I got off the call, I said, wait a minute. He had me salivating. You know, I'm Pavlov, okay? And he didn't give me that. Okay, I just wanted to bring that up.
I got to bring it up with Phil afterwards, and I even thought about so much more I should have said. Oh my God, Jerome. I will do that upon this call. Go ahead, Susan.
Well, about Trump, I've had his MO for a long time. But you know what you were talking about, reinventing yourself or just inventing yourself, as some are now, that it takes 7 days a week.
Man,
It's
what
7 days a
point.
week to keep moving forward and, you know, accelerate. You have to accelerate. You can't take it slow, get to where you want to go. You have to accelerate.
Mhm.
Put on the gas.
That's right. I'm glad you brought that up. 7 days a week. Because the opposing forces against you are working 7 days a week. Taking no days off. Oh, but I'm sick. Your haters ain't.
Ooh,
There's
watch it.
somebody. See, Jay-Z, I've been a fan of Jay-Z for a long time. But I mean, I just always resonated. But Jay-Z said something one time in an interview. This is a long time. This is way back in the 90s. And it just endeared me to him. It was like, I used to sit there and I used to beat on my mom's table. And she was like, hey, come on, stop, give us a break, you know, and just write raps. And I wouldn't be taking it serious. It's something I just love to do. And he said, right now, there's somebody right now eating their Cheerios, beating on their mama's table, trying to be better than me, trying to be the best in the game. And they doing it. And they hungry about it. And I thought Jay-Z was going to say, and I'm going to find them and I'm going to battle them, because that's what you're supposed to say. Jay-Z said, I'm going to find them and I'm going to sign them. And it broke my mind open, because rappers didn't talk like that. Remember, Jay-Z took rap into entrepreneurship. That's not what rappers did. That's not. Today, I just suspect it. That's not what rappers did. But that thought process of going, I'm going to find somebody better than me and launch their career, man, that really opened my mind up. And I was like, wow, this he gets it. He's different. He gets it. He's different. A dying church closes its church in 10 years, Jay. Period. That means you're already dead and you don't know it. You're like King Saul, Jerome. You've been fired. But God still got you in your position. Are you fired? Are you fired? God already preparing somebody else to take over your position. That scares me. That really, really, really scares me, to be in a high position and think you are okay, but the anointing has been snatched from you. Okay. That just worked for whoever it worked for. But that scares me.
That worked for
Wow.
me. That worked for me.
Wow. Wow.
Some of y'all are in position, but you don't have the power. You a CEO, but the anointing has been taken from you and your business has been fired. And you're still working on the same business 20 years from now. We got to stop that. So let us work this out. A dead church simply means, excuse me, let me describe a dead church. It means nobody has to show up on time. There's nobody like Phil going, okay, stop at the hour. There's nobody said, let's start on time, let's end on time. There's nobody doing that. There's nobody has to do anything outside their role, because the most comfortable place in the world is a dead organization. Oh no, there are no meetings. Come on now, hold on. How many of you have been in a dead organization? I don't care what it is, small group, religious organization. You know what I'm talking about. How many meetings did you have? None. How much pressure was it for you to change? None. Because the most comfortable place in the whole world is a dead organization. And I want you to ask yourself, not out loud, is my company comfortable? I didn't ask you, am I working hard? I didn't want to ask you. I said, is your company comfortable? Because if it is, it's dead. Yes. Yes. This is what uncomfortable companies look like, which happen to be winning companies. There's a meeting every day. Every day. There's a meeting, there's a 15-minute meeting real quick to start the morning off right. Then you get emails all of a sudden, and then you get emails about the emails, and there's always some reason why you got to take this. You got to analyze this Monday sales against 365 days ago Monday sales. You're always expected to grow past what you did last year, because an even organization is a dead organization. If you're not growing in numbers, then you're not growing at all. That's a very uncomfortable business. And then you got to have evaluations every 6 months, don't you? You got to be called to the carpet to see how you've been doing. And you think you've been doing perfect, and find out you've been doing 75%. And then there's somebody out there looking to get your job. So now you got to perform every day, don't you? And winning organizations are very, 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 very uncomfortable. Grace had to send me notes on a Sunday night while feeling sick. Am I lying, Grace?
No, sir.
And did I make her do that? Nope, she should have did it Friday. Deanna had to send Jerome something on a Sunday night. Well, she sent it to me first for review, and I didn't review it to 10:32 at night or something like that. That's what took so long. She'd been sent it at like 1 p.m., but I was busy. And I didn't have time to look at words when I was looking at code. Two different things.
Antonio
Yes, ma'am.
and Phil and Susan sent you and Deanna something at, I don't know what time it was, 5 or 6 yesterday that we
With
worked on
11
all day
different
yesterday.
attachments.
Yeah,
with
we worked
11
on it all day yesterday and then sent it to you.
Yep.
So that's another example.
Yep, remove feature number 33 from the app. Right? Like I read all of it. Yeah. I said that everybody works. When you
Jokes
working,
can get out of hand.
yeah.
We've experienced it.
Oh,
People
yeah.
think we're comedians telling jokes, and it's not that. That's why
Mhm.
they first come to us or in love with us or want to talk to us at an event. And then when they find out more, they're even more intrigued.
Right. Absolutely. Deanna says, when I was in the apartment business, we had reports every Monday and every Friday and once a month. That sounds about right. Chef Jay is busy every weekend, isn't she? Adonia is busy every day. She had to leave her whole phone in America.
Better know it. And you're saying so much right now that right now what you're doing is a speech. You need to go to corporations with this message. So you can start with mine if you like, because everything you said is, I'm just feeling you right now like, okay, you really kind of sort of know what you're talking about.
For real.
I can always count on Adonia and Jerome.
Say, keep it real. I'm trying to
That's
tell
it.
you. Keep it real.
Adonia's finally warming up to you.
Yeah, that's the part I'm talking about. Susan, don't tell him. Susan, that's what I can always count on Adonia and Jerome. But
No, I mean, look, it sucks being in a winning organization. It's always work to do. And I really need you to ask yourself, is your company a winning organization? Because if it is, it sucks to be in it. I mean, sure, I'm happy I'm here, but you got to work every day. And there's something new every day. And the reason I'm pounding on this, Melissa, because I'm telling y'all, you need an app, you need a YouTube show, you need a social media show. I've separated YouTube. I just don't think so. YouTube is no longer a social media to me. It's too big. It's too big to go bankrupt. It's too big to fail. It's too big to fix. YouTube is just too big. It is a real deal television network. It can't be anything else. It can't be anything else. It's no longer social media. It's too big. It's too big. I think the top paid YouTuber today makes $50 million a year, or something like that. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. No, 500 million, not 50 million, 500 million. This doesn't make any sense. The top YouTuber today makes $500 million. No, you're not paying attention. That don't make no sense. Many of your big YouTubers make more than A-list celebrities in movies. Think about it. YouTubers are not trying to apply for Hollywood for the most part. All Hollywood people are trying to get on YouTube. It's a telltale sign. That's a telltale sign. It really is. It really is. There's a great migration to YouTube that really needs to be taken seriously. Virtual reality shows, game based off what you do, step-by-step guide. The reason I'm pushing this so much, Jay, because everybody first heard me and went, oof, I'm not doing all that. Welcome to a dead business. Woof, I don't know how to do all that. Remember, all right, Deanna's starting to get it. If you, every time I say, all right, you need to create a website for your business. All right, just a dead business. That's why you reacted like that. Because the moment I said do something, it's the moment you said, but I want to be comfortable. And the most comfortable organization in the world is a dead organization. Ain't nobody come and look. And the crazy thing is, lions, predators, don't even eat dead creatures. That's for vultures and fungus. Like, that's crazy. Like, nature skips over dead things and goes to the living to eat. And we are the head of the animal kingdom. We ought to be doing the same thing. But it's so easy to be comfortable. For some of you, which for one of you, and I'm going to talk to you later today, I got some stuff for you. I got some stuff for you. And I want y'all to hear this well. I want everybody right now to start a YouTube show. I don't want you to care about your links or your views, your makeup, your microphone, your lighting. I don't want you to care. I don't want you to care about none of that. None of it. And I don't want, it's like working out. I don't want you to try to do a YouTube video and then be like, where's my fame? Nope. You can't work out one time, be like, where's my muscles? Nope. I want you to do a YouTube video today, and you're going to do one. This is hard. Y'all ready? This is very hard. This is one of the hardest things you will ever do in your life. And I want you to do a video every day, no matter what. I know. See, Janice keeping it real with me. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard to have that level of commitment because life gets in the way, don't it? And there's something about video that makes you feel like you got to Steven Spielberg prep for it. You know what I mean? Like it's something about it that makes you think, okay, I got to sit down in a nice spot. and I have to have a nice show. I can't wear the same thing twice. And come on now, don't fool me. All you baby boomers should agree with this, because y'all was raised to don't, wear clean drawers, and you don't know when the ambulance coming. Come on now, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all grandmother raised me, so you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Make sure them shoes is clean. With polish them shoes, get them rehealed. Come on now, you know what I'm talking about. Y'all invented all that stuff. So the idea of getting on a video with no makeup on is sacrilegious. Or to get on the video with your bonnet. That's black girl crucifixion. What is you talking about? No. But I'm telling you, before you are camera ready and before you are even dressed, you need to be on video. And if you can't do that, then you got to hurry and get dressed. So right now, if I say, all right, if I call one of you and say, okay, I'll come here and come to the camera real quick, you'd be like, well, I'm not dressed. Okay. And this is the hard part, because you don't need to be dressed for this phone call. You don't need to be dressed for me, but you need to be dressed for you. And if the only time of day that you have, Adonia, is to do a video at 5 in the morning, it seems to me you need to wake up at 3 in the morning.
And what's your point? There's no way. There's no way I'm gonna be on anybody's camera looking crazy. That's not gonna happen.
No,
I mean, even then I probably look crazy, but it's gonna be planned crazy. There's no way. This is not gonna happen.
That's completely fair. So then maybe before maybe Adonia starts a quick 2-minute video series from her desk to her car after work. That's fair.
Okay, maybe that one, maybe.
That's fair. I mean, she's got to go to the car every day anyway. But and Adonia has no problem with this. Nobody has no problem with this. I'm gonna tell you what we got a problem with. We have a problem with, it's in the back of our heads, with the camera shaking and the selfie mode. Yep. Because my brand is better than that. Come on now.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Nope, you're right. Yep.
And you know how we walk and this phone do this. My brand is better than that. I shouldn't do that. When the people we love the most, we love their videos like that. We love to see The Rock pick up his phone in the gym, blood hanging from his eyes, or Oprah to do a selfie real quick or something. We love that. It's not about production. It's about high quality volume, not in production, but in content and context is what Phil would say. High quality volume and context. Not the production will change this. If you do enough videos by yourself holding your phone, and the video is excellent, the context and the content is excellent, then you will be able to buy the people who will hold the camera in a year or two. Could be less. But if you never started, you're going to always need a cameraman. Maybe if you start now, you can get you a cameraman, camerawoman.
Sir, is this I was speaking to my cousin a few minutes ago. Is this part of one of the 6 things of your agenda that you're on? Apps, YouTube shows?
Yes, absolutely. This is on all of them. I
okay.
put all of them in one.
Okay.
My thing is, y'all need to do every single thing he has said. Every single thing I said. It needs to be a step-by-step video or audio thing. I didn't want to call it the show. Because if I tell you a step-by-step show, what you're going to do, Deanna, you're going to be like, okay, I need to have this turned right. And then let me put my book in the background and let me, hey, jump on
You don't know Deanna.
Breaker 49. This is Deanna. I'm doing a business plan. Let me show you how I did it. That's it. Don't need all that. There's a time and place, especially if you got a bunch of high quality stuff, then high quality production and high quality content. Then what you can do all this other stuff. That's why I wanted to call it a thingy and give you the option of how you were going to do it. Melissa is building a $94 billion publishing company, and there is no digital paper trail for it in videos. She's got plenty of videos. That's not what I'm saying. She is running circles around most people on the planet. That's not what I'm saying. But she is a woman, makes her a minority. She's a divorcee, makes her relatable. She's an abuse victim, makes her more relatable. She's got a grown daughter, makes her more relatable. And she's a woman boss, makes her powerful. And there are women out there right now looking for somebody to follow on Twitter to learn how to do what she's doing. And they can't find them because only men are doing it. They need to find Melissa. Come on, y'all clap for Melissa so you can sink in her head. Let it sink in there. There you go.
All right.
Let it sit up in there. That's what I did today. Woke up early and did a live stream. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You can do a live stream in your car. It's kind of dangerous, but you can still do it. Don't do one though. Not on my recommendation. You know, please do one, but don't do one. Not on my recommendation. Not on my recommendation. It's difficult. It's difficult. It is very difficult. But I promise you, I'm not saying nothing that's outside of sorry, I'm streaming, which you should probably be here for today at 5:30. Just, you know, letting you know. We're almost done, actually. I think if it ain't 1 week left, it's 2. But that's it. Because at the end, Grace just sent me the last audios. It ain't that many left, that's for sure. All right, let me put some meat on the bones here. That was some side meat. I want off the whole meat now. I need a volunteer. All right, Jerome raised his hand. He didn't raise his hand, but I'm volunteering him.
I was going to say, I'll be trying to give y'all a chance. Y'all better raise your hand and get blessed.
Because you know, whoever volunteers gets blessed. I don't. All right. Jerome needs to start a bunch of things. So what we're going to do is, for $36, Jerome's going to start his production company. Is this okay? What does Jerome need? A cell phone and a tripod that has the cell phone adapter. That's it. Since he already has a cell phone. Now what Jerome needs is the tripod. It's like $9. Then Jerome is going to need a USB drive because his phone can only take so much storage. He's going to transfer it at some point. You go to Walgreens in America, go to the little side of the store, look for anything with the yellow tag on it that means sale, and get something like 60 gigs for $19. There's your $36. Have I concluded his startup costs? I dare you to go back to 1990 and see if you can start a media company for $36. I dare you. I dare you try it. All right, Tracy. I dare you try it. We don't realize how blessed we all feel that we're on this side of the internet. Because what I just said is preposterous. Except for the internet says, no, it's not. The internet decreased all those prices. It did. Tripods were, how many of you, let me be honest with you now, before the internet and before social media, how many tripods did you see growing up? I ain't never seen a damn one.
Not many.
Never seen one.
He
Never
had
seen a
one growing
tripod.
up.
One.
The damn thing was over $200 to buy it.
Exactly. Exactly. Think about that. Now we talk about tripods like light bulbs. We know there's plenty of them. There's plenty of them. It doesn't matter. You know, hey, go to the store, get some light bulbs. I think light bulbs cost more than tripods now, if I'm not mistaken. Just about. Of course, we know tripods can get up there to thousands of dollars, but we talking about the one you sit on your desk, Jerome, and you lift up right there. You say, hey, everybody, my name is Jerome. You know, that's it. That's it. That's it. Between all of us, we saw 5 tripods total. It's amazing. Jerome, you can start a media company for $36 a day. I just gave you your equipment. Somebody was going to say, well, I don't have my equipment, $36. I don't have $36. You got an elbow? Your elbow is your tripod. There's your tripod. Hold it like this. Tripod. Bam. If you got an elbow, you got your startup cost. I don't have an elbow. All right, then put your phone sideways, stand up against a dresser or something. Hit play. There are no excuses. There are no excuses. The only thing you're gonna need after that, there you go. Look, Jerome, there you can see Jerome got it right there. So unmute your mic, Jerome, and say something so they can see this $9 thing he got in his hand. They probably charged him $20 for it, but it's $9.
Here you go.
Look at
My
that.
phone fits on it very nicely.
Look at that. See that? You see that? All right, Jerome got his media production company. Now what Jerome needs to do, so Grace, you in steps now. You're in steps to, I'm doing all 6. You're in steps to get these done. And the first thing I covered was startup cost. Now, Grace, I'm going down. So we're going to go now to, let's go with startup. Let's call it procedures. Startup procedures. Let's just call it that. I could do better, but I don't feel like it. Go to ChatGPT and ask, I'll even give you the prompt. We're asking for 30 topics. They're going to say, my name is, no, what are you going to say? I am a, oh, we use Jerome. We use Jerome. And remember, when I put his details, all your details go in. I am a comedian, public figure, and transformational leader. I have made a name for myself professionally speaking as well. I want to venture into podcasts and TV production. And I would like to start on social media and YouTube and podcasts. Can you, oh, well, let me add one more thing. And I am very passionate about, I have no idea, Jerome, would you tell Grace what she's passed? Would you pass? Because she knows she's taking this prompt down. She's going to send it to you.
I'm very passionate about making a difference in young people's lives.
There it is. I'm very passionate about making a difference in young people's lives. Grace, go on, share your screen. Let's go and prompt this out. I know you wrote it down. Let's go and send Jerome an email. Let's see, this is why you volunteer. This is why you volunteer. Go and send Jerome an email real quick. So she's put on ChatGPT. All right. She is a ChatGPT Pro member. Copy and pasting. Thank you so much. And young people lives, your last sentence, Grace, is going to be, can you give me a list of 30? Well, actually, delete that. We're going to split this in 2 prompts. Delete that away. This is that last line, Grace. Before I ask for anything, can you give me as many ideas and suggestions that you have? I am sure you are thinking of things I am not. Now go ahead. You know Janice can't hit nothing else until you send that prompt out to the chat, Grace. She.
Yes, sir. Was this your last sentence before
That's
I
my
send it
last
to the
sentence.
chat?
Yeah, that's my
Okay.
last sentence. So go ahead before you hit it. Go ahead and put that. There you go. They can't hit nothing else. So Deanna already typed it up herself. Look at us. Look at it.
You don't know.
She
You don't
didn't
know
even need
deep.
the
You don't
copy
know
and
what.
paste.
She was typing as you were talking.
Look,
like I
Deanna
said.
Melissa the same way. Melissa and Deanna Melissa is sitting cross Indian style, cross leg on her bed right now, typing. Got coffee going on in the background.
You're about halfway.
And she ain't need your copy and paste either. She was taking notes as it was going. Go ahead, Grace. Hit it over here. I want to ask for something, but I don't want to right now. All right. Develop a clear message, blah, blah, blah. We got that. So that's cool. Watch this here. I have my clear message. Grace, you're going to put thank you. I've actually done all this, and my clear message is, and get it from Jerome. Jerome, come up with your clear message because we finna get some answers out of him. Him being ChatGPT, because I haven't even asked for what I want yet. I'm trying to get some stuff I ain't think of. Give me your clear message, Jerome.
What have I already done?
Clear message to the young, troubled youth or any youth.
Oh, my clear message to them, my clear message to young people today is the answer lies within you. You just have to bring it to the surface and work with it. But it's in you.
But it's in you. Work
But it's
with
in
it,
you.
but it's in you. But it's in you. Now, Grace, you need to put in my clear message is, and then put the in quotation in that. Now, to make it very clear, my clear message to young people is, there you go. Now, that after this sentence, you say, can you help me with ideas? Can you help me with a list of ideas? Can you help me with a list of ideas for, hold on, go up there and copy and paste it. Did I tell you the social media, YouTube, podcast? I did it already. Was that in the first prompt? Or did I leave it out? Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
okay.
yeah, okay. With podcast, wait a minute, social media, YouTube, and podcast. That
No,
one.
put my. Can you help me venture into? Just go to venture, copy and paste that all the way to the period. There you go. Boom, hit enter. Now we're gonna get some answers. There we go.
I need that prompt.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Host a talk show, cover current events. We just had another school shooting, Jerome. Host a podcast, create a series, host a panel discussion, cover current events, share personal stories. So Grace, what you're gonna do? Thank you. Now give me 10 more out of the box ideas no one will ever see coming. Look at that. You definitely want to give that to Deanna because I know she hasn't thought of that one yet. And I actually use it very often.
I'm feeling that one too, because who would think to tell chat out the box? Like, really? Really, Antonio? Really?
Mm-hmm. It works every time, too. It works every time. It works every time. Host a travel show.
While that's generating, can she send those two prompts?
Yeah, go and send them prompts, Grace. You know that.
So much.
Yeah, you out of here out of line, Grace. They can't hear. Their eyes see the non-prompt. Their eyes won't let them hear. But I ain't mad at y'all. Get in my belly. If you need apps, I think it was Janice. Yeah, I need to thank Janice. Thank Janice. She, sure enough, was a blessing. I'll just say that. Antonio, I just need this. So, if you need apps, you need to put your name in the chat, message, and then let's put it in one place, message Deanna. Put your name in the chat, message Grace. Put your name in the chat, message Grace. If you need an app for your business. I'm only gonna say it once. You know how I am, Jerome. If I'm for the blessed folk, I ain't gonna say too much about it. All right, thank you so much, Grace. Now, Grace, now I want my list. I was just trying to get his ideas. You understand me, Jerome? This ain't what I came here for. I know what I came here for. I was clear. Grace, go on back up there on the top real quick. And then go on take, I want to venture into podcasts and make young people's lives. Just take that whole sentence. There you go. Come on back down this prompt. Yes, Adonia, you need an app. Let's roll. Y'all ready? I want to venture into TV and podcast, or TV production. I would like to start a social media, YouTube, blah, 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 blah. Can you give me, based on what I've told you so far, can you give me a list of 10 TV show titles that capture young men and women, young boys and girls, young teenagers, there you go, young teenagers, attention in today's world from an old man that's been there before. List me 20, not 10. List me 20. Oh, yeah, go up there, Grace. Yep. All right, let's roll. Hit in it, Grace. Because I knew what I wanted to do. Life hacks for teens, the young and the driven. Teenage dreams and achievements, bold and brave, stories of young activists, teen minds, high school hustle. On the rise. Teenage trailblazers, unlocking creativity. The future is now. The art of social media, raising Gen Z, the young and resilient, the power of empathy, the mindful teen, real talk, finding your tribe, making a difference. Now, Grace, copy and paste that whole thing. And this time, now watch this here. Watch how well that out of the box worked this time, Grace. And thank you. Can you give me 20 more names that do not repeat this list and make these completely out of the box, comma, strange, comma, never before heard or seen, and ambitious. Now, wait, Grace, before you do that, go ahead and copy and paste that prompt. Go and put that out there. They're going to want that. They're going to want that. Yeah. Now watch how well this out of the box one works. I use it all the time for my books when I'm trying to think. Remember, I use ChatGPT for world building to think. All right, go ahead, Grace. Show them the power of this prompt.
Here we go.
Look at that. A look into the future of humanity. Teenage visionaries. The bold and the visionary. Teenage mavericks. Teenage time travelers was number 20. Exploring the past, present, and future of humanity. All right, I ain't done yet, Grace. You're going to get all this in the email, Jerome. Worry not. all this in the email. And here's the deal. Jerome don't have to pick. Jerome could pick his favorite one, that's his show, and the rest of these show titles, Deanna, become episodes. Blog
Nice.
titles. We're not discard nothing, don't you? You got discard Norton. We could be one of them hoarders. It's just, I need that sandwich. It's got maggots all over it, but I need it. You never know when you need. I need one of those. You be like that. Okay. Grace, what you think?
No, you did this for me Saturday in the gaming class. Hey,
I did.
I'm gonna send you all my gaming titles and say, hey,
Yes.
what should be the next game? How many of these games should I
But, well, we picked 2 of them off top.
Yep.
We picked you part 1 and part 2 on top. Hey, good, Grace, go to prompt real quick, fam. Now,
I got some fly TV show titles.
okay, well, we finna share your screen. See, now, Grace, you're gonna put also, comma. I want to start one podcast only. And I want this podcast to be for young teenagers but I want to write scary stories that have strong moral points and always end teaching a valuable life lesson. I'm just making this up as I go, Jerome. Just making this up as I go. I would like for you to do me 2 things. I would like for you to give me a list of 10 potential names for this podcast. And give me 10 themes and motifs that I can put in almost every episode.
I can.
Well, I tell you, Chef Jay, we on
Okay.
it, man. I don't know what you.
Hold on. Rep, if you don't remember what you just said after the 10 potential names, my cousin came in and told me something and I couldn't hear what you said.
And
Before
then
that, I can put it in.
Yes,
it-
and then
it's-
I can put.
No. Yeah, don't read that. I can put it on almost every episode. That's
uh,
part of what you
And
said.
can you give me 10 themes and motifs?
No, and motifs.
Yes. You know, some
Okay.
of y'all, if y'all, I don't know, you could, well, I don't want to say that. Let me be quiet.
Was that your last sentence?
Uh-huh.
Themes and
Okay.
motifs.
Themes and
Themes.
motifs.
Thank you. Okay, wait. So okay,
Tell
so
your
the
cousin
first
you at
thing.
work right now.
Listen. Okay. All right. 10 potential names and parking. That's the one. That's the first thing. The second thing is you want themes and motifs that you can put at almost every
That's it.
episode.
You got everything. Go
Okay.
ahead. Yeah, you just ain't got to complete this. All right. Relax.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
don't,
you know, I got to.
carry
I
your,
gotta.
don't carry your cousin's sins. Be all right.
Put that prompt before they kill me. Here
Well,
we go.
y'all just got to remember that folk won't see what you do as work. It's not a you problem. It's not even a them problem. It just works out all in the wash, Grace. Don't even worry about it. Tales from the Shadows, Nightmares. Right, so we got some good stuff. There, look, there it is. Themes and motifs. Overcoming fears. Power of courage. Consequences of actions. Importance of honesty. Dangers of greed. Perils of jealousy. Consequences of revenge. Value of friendship. Power of love. Road to redemption. Now, see, just themes and motifs. Now, you can put it, you can say, all right. Jerome can put it and say, hey, I want to write Now, Jerome, all you gotta do is write stories, scary stories about the podcast. Okay, I want to write a story about overcoming fear. That's the theme that we're gonna cover here. We need 4 characters, and each of them need to have 4 different views of fear, and that 4 different views. You know what? Let's do it now, Grace. Let's do it now. Let me show my man how to do one of these real quick. Let me show my man.
Because you was talking fast. I was like, I know you don't. I can't
Yeah,
that fast in
I
the
got
prompt.
you. I got you. Highlight number 1 for me real quick, Grace. Deanna's gonna want this prompt immediately. Immediately. Here we go. Look, Deanna's, she done put a ponytail up, y'all. She done got some good results over there on her screen. It's going down now. She got a work howl. She went from learning how to work how, Melissa. All right. Grace, you're gonna put. Let's test writing a podcast episode based on overcoming fear and stories of blah blah blah. Based on you ain't got to put that. Based on this backup, and then put your line 2 in line 1. All right. After that sentence, I want this to be the main theme and motif. Our story would need 4 main characters. In each of these 4 will have 4 different views of fear. Period. I would give you these views now. One dot fear into control. Fear into comfort zone. Three dot fear into manipulation. That fear into people pleasing. Period. Please give our main protagonist the number 2 fear. And send our protagonist through utter hell. We are going to write the story as a 4-part episode. This means you can write as long as you wish, but not make the episode short. And you are going to leave each episode with a surprise ending and cliffhangers. In addition, you will follow all the rules of suspense. You will follow all the rules of young adults, suspense, and thriller genres. And each of your stories will follow the outline I have given you below. It's in chat, Grace. Zoom chat, excuse me. This is a Zoom chat.
Okay. So put a colon after below.
Yep. Put it, not yet, because I'm not done, but just shift in a couple times and then paste, and then we're gonna come back up to below. All right, now go period. No, yeah. Below, period. Okay. Remember, make this story lengthy. Suspenseful.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Actually, make the story average to lengthy. Okay, Shelly needs everything. Deanna, while Grace is doing this, Shelly lost access to a chat. If you can take all the chat and send it to her. Average to lengthy and follow the outline below using suspense, young adult suspense, and thriller tactics.
One more time.
And follow the outline below using suspense and thriller tactics. Yeah,
okay.
And just tip. And what you do, well, let me. I hate to do it. Okay. You can start now. You just sitting. Well, first off, send them this whole.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Put this whole thing in chat. Now Jerome doesn't have just an Uncle Jerome podcast. He's got a horror story podcast too, because it's also cool to entertain people while you're transforming them. Remember, Jerome, Jesus fed people before he preached to them. He performed miracles before he performed ministry.
Okay. I put it in the chat.
I'm gonna get somebody today, Grace. Somebody gonna listen to me today, Grace. You hear me?
Amen. Yes, amen. You ready? I put it in the chat. Did you?
Okay, let me.
You ready?
You stop your screen real quick, Grace.
Okay.
Go ahead and hit send that off and let this go in the background. Let me say something because I'm trying not to, but let me say two things. Miracles before ministry. I know you don't like that, but your ministry is nearly ineffective if you have no fruit. It's kind of hard for Susan to tell me how good God is when her car breaks down every 3 days. You ain't gonna like it. But just know that human behavior and Jerome's Bible says you can't be a disciple without having fruit. So you ain't gotta like it. But miracles first and then ministry. Now, whatever miracles mean to you and your level of abundance, because all of us have abundance. It doesn't matter where we are. Anyway, secondly, when you're close to something, I don't know how to say this without, this is as empathetic as possible. When you're close to something, I'm a Christianize it, Jerome, so I don't get in trouble. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm a Christianize so I don't get in trouble. The devil, Janice, waits at an opportune time to attack you. Not time. No. That's foolish. An opportune time. That's different. It's kairos. So as soon as you're about to get something, what'll happen, Janice, is right when you're at your most vulnerable, and that depending on vulnerability to you. For Deanna, it's like, yes, I'm happy. And then she grew up a certain way that being happy is actually a bad thing. Who can relate to that? Because as soon as everything working well, you're waiting for the bottom to fall out. Who know what I'm talking about? Is there anybody? Okay, all right then. So this relationship too good, something wrong, something like that, right? You know what I'm talking about. Okay. If you don't set boundaries, the closer you get to your dreams, I'm doing it again, Jerome, I'm meddling. If you don't set boundaries, the closer you get to your dreams, the people you trying to live your dream for will put you in a nightmare you don't deserve. To be inside the will of God is to be outside the will of people. Grace, go ahead and say continue from where you stopped, because I know it didn't finish. Go ahead and say continue from where you stopped. We're gonna look at the story here in a little bit.
Oh no, it finished.
It finished?
Mhm.
Go on, pop it up there, Grace. I forgot you got pro. It writes a little bit longer. I hope y'all heard what I said. Oh, I forgot that I did tell you to do that. Into the Unknown, episode 1. Our protagonist, blah, 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 blah. Okay, now, great. Now what you're going to do now, Grace, you're going to copy and paste this whole thing. I'm sorry, copy and paste episode 1, hook. Wait, Grace, hold on. I got to put this together.
Okay.
Okay, so what you're going to do is, Grace, you're going to type, stop your copy and paste. You're going to put in your chat, please write. So thank you, please write.
I can type it though.
Yeah, please write an introduction that sets up all of that, introduces all of our characters, their flaws, their want, and their need. When you steal this prompt, y'all need this prompt the most. I forgot that I told it to do this 7-point plot point. And if you don't understand the way I do, you need this next prompt. Every character needs to have a want, and they need to have a need. Please introduce all of our characters, their flaws, their original want, Grace, and their original need. And then you're going to put what you're going to do now, Grace, is you're going to say, I'm losing my original want, original need. Read it out loud to me, Grace. I lost my train of thought.
Thank you. Please write an introduction that sets up and introduces all of our characters, their flaws, their original want, and their original need.
Okay. Oh, and period. It is important that our main protagonist does not get his want and only gets his need. Got me, Grace?
Gotcha.
All right, then hold on. I'm going to send you something, copy and paste. Give me a second. Whatever Grace sends to y'all, you're going to use. Yes. Is everybody saying yes? I'm going to use. You have to, because I forgot. Antonio does not do anything simple, Deanna. So what I did was I took it to actual real deal book. Maybe your podcast will become book one day, great, Jerome. Maybe. But of course, the idea of Antonio doing something simple just doesn't make sense, apparently. Why can't that boy ever just do something simple? All right, hold on. I'm looking for something in particular, Grace. Try to see. I don't want this. I don't want what I'm looking for. Gosh darn it. Hold on. Just allow me this uncomfortable silence. Give me what I want. There it is. All right. Sorry, Grace. I couldn't find my note.
No worries. I heard you. I got to yell out, give me what I want, and it's gonna pop up. I learned something.
Oh, yeah. That's how I do. For real talk. That's exactly what I did. All right. Say, Grace, he doesn't get what he wants, but does get what he needs. Correct? Is that what I
Right,
said?
right. Yes.
Okay. So that would be the. That should be the. Yes, that is the positive change arc. There we go. And what you're going to do, Grace, is you're going to copy and paste. I'm going to put on there. Well, I'm going to do. Yeah, I need to use all this, okay? Right there, Grace. That's all my notes on the positive change arc. You're going to put, please use my notes. So what we're going to be doing is you need to take our main protagonist to a positive change arc. I have defined that arc below. Chef J said, I'm preaching, and I'm not done with that point either. I'm really not. It's not going over your head. Really not. I'm not done with that point because y'all need to set boundaries. But I'm not done. I'm gonna end. Jerome, this is gonna be the last thing, and then I'm done. That's okay.
I have put.
I have put detailed notes. My detailed notes. Put on a positive change character arc. This is why Melissa likes publishing authors' books who act like me. And yeah, we've done the research. Our books fit things. We stretch boundaries. On positive change arc below, I have given you examples from popular movies for a better understanding. Now take what I just put in Zoom and then put it in there. And what we got to do now, Jerome, is I have them outline it. What we're doing now is we are going through each plot point, each thing. He's going to have to write it in sections. That's why it was done, because I asked for an outline.
Okay. Now,
right then.
Let me. Oh Lord, not all that. Here we go.
No, you're gonna copy paste the whole thing. Yeah, everything, every single thing. Yep.
I'm putting this in the chat for the people.
Yep.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Now.
All right, hit integrate. So right now we're getting an introduction. So what I need next, plot point 1. Look at this. This 4-part series. Alex wants to the original impress. Okay, I forgot it's a podcast. No problem. Because I need to use different words. In each episode, we'll see Alex's journey as he is forced out of his comfort zone. Blah, 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 blah. Perfect. So what you're going to do now is, thank you. Let's write the beginning of Alex's story. Please treat it like a novel so our listeners can forget they are listening to a podcast. Actually, you know what? Let me change that. Yeah, listen like I listen to a podcast. Forget whatever I just said. So you're going to put, let's split up each episode into 3 so you can have plenty of room to write it out for me. Again, you would give me episode 1 in 3 different prompt messages. Is this understood? Hitting. Oh yeah, I see what you're doing. My bad. Do your thing. Perfect. See it? Oh, Jerome, I'm the man around these parts, man. Anybody playing them games, man? Anybody playing them games? Anybody playing those games at all?
You just gave me another podcast.
I did. Whoever volunteers get blessed. I don't understand why y'all don't be throwing yourself out there. All right, he did favor. There you go. You see it, Grace?
Yep.
Right. So what you're gonna do now is great work. Give me part 2 now. He's following the outline I've already given him to us. Give me part 2 of episode 1. We'll say that next time. There we go. Part 2. Breaking out the shell. See how you did it?
Yep.
And remember, he fully understands this is a 4-part episode. But I don't want to have to say continue from where you stopped. There you go. Thank you so much. Let's conclude our episode 1 with part 3. And Jerome, you can genuinely record these little sections or one section. It's up to you. If you want it longer, you can say, hey, let's add more details to this part. So it's so easy. Okay, now hold on, Grace. Now what you're gonna do is thank you so much. Now give me the author of the podcast and episode 1 recap and analysis of the story, the themes, and the motifs as my audience should have understood them. I want them, I should have understood them, period. I want them to hear the hidden meanings and themes and motifs behind the story. God dog it. I am done. Every last one of you can do this for every single thing you've done. Give them that prompt, Grace. Go press enter. I'm purposely not reading the story to y'all. We'll read part 1, but you're gonna have to join Jerome's podcast to get the full episode. Ain't that right, Jerome? Ain't that right? Ain't that right?
Sure, you're right. You're right.
I am such a suspense writer, Melissa. Hey, if you want it, turn the page. If you want to know what I said, I promise you I'm gonna tell you. If you turn the page. Through the character arc of Alex, this episode explores the idea of fear and self-doubt can hold us back from living. Okay, there you go. Overall, see, Jerome, you got your good one. Grace, go back up to part 1. I'll read. Alex sat at his desk, staring blankly at his computer screen. He was supposed to be studying for his math exam, but in his mind, it was elsewhere. He couldn't stop thinking about his passion for music and how he had been neglecting it lately. Ever since he started high school, Alex had been trying to fit in with the popular crowd. He had changed his hairstyle, his clothes, and his interests to match those of his peers. He had even joined the football team despite not being particularly athletic. But all of these efforts were taking a toll on Alex's mental and emotional well-being. He felt like he was constantly pretending to be someone that he wasn't. And he was starting to lose touch with his true self. As he sat there, lost in thought, Alex's phone suddenly buzzed. Bzz, bzz. It was a text from his best friend, Jake. Hey, man, we're going to a party at Hannah's tonight. You in? Alex hesitated for a moment. He knew he should be studying, but he also didn't want to miss out on the social scene. Plus, Hannah was one of the most popular girls in school, and Alex had been crushing on her for months. With a sigh, Alex typed back, yeah, I'll be there. As he had said, he couldn't help but feel a pang of guilt. He knew he should be focusing on his music, but he couldn't resist the pull of popularity and acceptance. Little did Alex know, this decision would set off a chain of events that would change his life forever. Ladies and gentlemen, in the next episode, we will see what happens to Alex.
Well,
Stop the screen, Grace. Where's my money? Where's my money?
You're a hot mess. You are a hot mess.
That is butter.
I'm gonna say, wow.
There you go, Jerome. You get all that email to you. Thank you, Phil. This is exactly all the concepts of Sorry I'm Streaming, y'all. This is exactly, that is good. You get it in 3 parts, and you could put them all in one episode if you want, or you can do it just like that. You drop an episode a day. You never have to write, Jerome. You get to be playful. And now Jerome is teaching people hard lessons in the form of entertainment, miracles before ministry.
Antonio,
Yes, sir.
I was telling Melissa, I ordered my books from Melissa on Friday, 200 of them. And I almost finished the second book for the last review this morning at 5 o'clock. I got 7 more pages left, and it'll give to Melissa. But I needed another vehicle to market and promote my books. And this is, I'm sitting here going, what the? That's all I can say. I'm speechless. I'm sitting here going, no, he didn't.
Yeah, I got every prompt, man. Every prompt, Janice. Every single prompt. And then Jerome do this so well. Now, if you want to get longer stories or the rest of what happened to Alex or something, join the podcast. Join the app. And of course, the app is where you want people. I done tied everything together. That's if you go look at the top of the chat, that's your YouTube. Every single thing is together. You know what? Let me stop real quick. Phil, tell them what we're doing tonight. Because if they was on Sorry I'm Streaming with you and Susan, they would understand.
Well, tonight we're on step 10. Follow my $1 billion playbook to marketing your own video on demand platform. There's 16 different chapters in this section. So we're obviously not going to get them finished tonight, but the first one is create a traffic of gratitude. Next, perception matters. content audience matters more than the content properness, because I don't even know what that means. So just optimize your voice search, document, don't create, work with influencers, be the first mover with every new feature, accept that the internet is a miracle, respect the super relevant platforms. So, and it'll be interesting to see the different perspectives now that the Chat GBT's and how would you rewrite these guys with the new environment we're in?
I wouldn't change a single thing about what you just read off of that right there. Wouldn't change. I would probably say use Chat GPT to do so, but everything there was solid. Every single thing that was solid. Yep.
And then of course we're gonna have wins and challenges after that, and that's always a fun session.
Yeah, absolutely. Jerome, thank you for letting us use. Thank you, Phil. Thank you for letting us use as an example, Jerome. Thank you so much. That was you didn't.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
You didn't. I got about like I got somebody. I was getting ready to. Melissa sent me an invoice for like 26 books or something, and somebody close to me wanted to donate. So I said, well, yeah, let me send you this invoice. So they're gonna take care of it in a week or so, or a month, a day or so. Hey, I'm not finna turn down no blessings, Janice.
No, I need to come rub the law of attraction that's on you, because I'm like, hey, because I got a number in my head that I don't want to desire, because you said that was kind of like a bad word when we was talking on Thursday.
Which one's a bad word?
Desire. You remember the 5 things you told us about with the 5
desire
things?
is bad, but the way yes, but desire is bad. You don't need to desire. The way that I was using it then, you don't need to desire. Desire, and the way that I was using it, and the way that y'all use it, creates more want, and more want creates more problems.
Right.
So you need to expect that God does not have to desire.
I was just about to say, I'm expecting $1,000 blessing today. How it comes, that is our business.
Right. And you expect the experience of 1,000. So if you want $1,000 blessing, this is good. This is good. Don't focus on $1,000. That's not strong enough. You focus on how the $1,000 is going to make you feel.
Say less. I'm already excited.
Right. And let me put some more meat on that. Once you get the $1,000, remember that's not strong enough. And how it makes you feel is strong enough, but I need to put some details on it. When you pay for your mom's credit card, when you order 10 copies of Deanna's book, when you give a donation to prisoners, when you buy that thing you really wanted to buy, when you get something from Amazon, don't have to ask nobody for nothing, when you change the tires, whatever that is that you think, I want you to think about that. Don't think it's the end result. It's what I could have shortened it by saying think about the end result, but I need to put details on it so y'all can know what like. People aren't saying things just for y'all to think they cliches. No, the end result means I've paid off my mom's gas card. It was $232, and that felt good when she didn't see it coming, and I saw the tears well up in her eyes. If you focus on that, the $1,000 will show up.
You preach.
There you go. All right.
Hallelujah.
Let's see. Got you. Say less. I will copy and paste this right now. Send this to Deanna. And Deanna, what you're going to do. All right. So I am done.
You have not, because you asked not.
All right.
So I said they went, no, he didn't. No,
all that's yours. Every title, every single thing that happened there is 100% yours.
And as I was finishing up the other book, I got the input for book 2 of that book and stopped and wrote 3 pages of bullet comments for that book. I said, wait a minute. I'm done. How did that? And the Lord says their problem. And I said, no.
See, when I'm writing my book, I use that 7-point plot point outline because you kind of start backwards. You pop backwards, like I know how. I can't write a series, Janice, until I know how the last book in the series ends on the last page. So you start with the resolution first, the big one. And then you work backwards and saying, okay, so how do I walk myself to that point? The whole time I'm, as a writer, I'm walking you to an end I've already developed, which makes the book not only succinct, but then it makes you go, by the time you get to the end, you're like, man, that all made sense. I could see elements of this in book one. Yeah, you can, because I did it on purpose. Instead of just throwing something out there with that lazy writing and making it make sense. No, Voldemort and Harry Potter were always connected. And in book 2, when Harry stabbed the first Horcrux, Dumbledore had a little strange look on his face. And in the book 3, he tested it when he touched the little Horcrux and it moved. And that's why in the later books, he recognized Harry himself was a Horcrux. Blah, blah, blah. It's all there. Early. It's all there in the books early. Book 2, book 1. Book 1 is there. It's there in book 1. You just can't see it until you get to the end, but it's all there. She set all that up. She set all that up. 2 things left. Trump last. And Trump last. And then there was one more thing. It was, apps. If you need an app, I'm literally almost done with Phyllis Susan app that fast. If you
I've
need an
got
app,
4. I've gotten 4 names.
okay, now 2 things here. We gonna do what you want, but I don't need no. I'm gonna say this unrespectfully as possible. I don't even want this to be respectable. Typically, when church folk ask Phil for help, they're not asking Phil for help. They're asking Phil, the leader, to become a manager and do it their way. They say, Phil, come over here and do some humor stuff and do that, but I need you to do
And they
this,
don't
this,
want,
this.
and they don't want to pay him.
Oh yeah, well yeah, you know how that goes. Exactly. Child, don't even get me started on that. I just had an incident happen. We ask leaders to become managers. Don't do that. I am a leader. Give me all what you want. And I will then do extremely creative things to that. If you're looking for me to do it your way, I don't want to work with you. Is it all going to be your way? Yes. Is it going to have your entire fingerprint on it? Yes. But I don't do well when I'm forced into management. I just don't. To thy own self be true. I know where my weaknesses are. I don't speak well when my stuff is written down, and I have to memorize my whole thing. All my power field be on the paper. I don't know how to. I can't do the extra things that I do in the vocal varieties when it's just not in my head. So I'll contact all 4 of you today, and app includes Apple and Android. That's only fair. Okay, that's only fair. Apple and Android. That's only fair. Apple and Android. Real easy. It's not a problem. 2 things. Apple and Android are going to charge you. Apple's going to charge you $99 to be a developer. And Google's going to charge you like $25 to be a developer. You, sir, you, ma'am, are going to pay for that. If you don't want to, no worries. I'll put it on my developer account. But now it's my app. Did you see that? Okay. So everybody's
I saw what you did there, sir.
I want
saw
my
what you did there.
like everybody. That look, Phil, that's how you sell, buy your own stuff. If you don't pay for it, Deanna, it's my app there. It's under my developer account. I get the emails. So, so now that I sold that to you, it makes sense. All right, it makes sense. The other condition is Phil and Susan come first. You'll be all right. Just deal with it. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. Phil and Susan come first. You'll be okay. But it won't be much of a problem because after doing 6 million lines of code now, Janice, a couple of thousand lines of code is child's play for me at this point. I'm literally doing 100,000 lines a day, Phil. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And ain't nobody app that big. Ain't nobody app that big. That's that. Got your names. We'll call you today. Donald Trump. The propaganda that you're about to see, actually, it's already in my email, for God's sake. It's like, I don't know if y'all know that I am subscribed to every right-wing thing. I want them all. NRA, I want all of them. I want all of them, right? And left too, because I remember I'm not right or left. I'm a free thinker. I don't like, don't put me anywhere. I've got to talk about this with Phil, but I'll repeat some of that, and I got some other new thoughts, and I'll try to take 8 minutes, for God's sake. Donald Trump is such an incredible story in world history. And as much as you do not want to think this, Donald Trump will go down in world history. Historians will write about all of this, and we will look like idiots when it comes out. Let me just tell you. We do it right now. We do it. We say, wait, 1936, Hitler rose to president voluntarily. They voted him in. That doesn't make any sense. You don't understand what was going on in Germany at the time. It makes sense. But they voluntarily voted him in. We voluntarily voted Trump in. I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. I am saying this, that the same people that arrested Donald Trump are the same people Donald Trump drained the swamp and replaced. When it's time for him to appeal to the Supreme Court, in which he will, Phil, you know he will, it would be his own judges that will have to reign over that, and still justice will be served. However, I'm not so sure justice will be served or what justice is in this case. Allow me to explain, because I've had more time to think about this, Phil. Donald Trump is not, he still has he's got like 40 something cases against 34, I think, something like that can all come up at any time. He still hasn't dealt with the Capitol riots yet, or his daughter and his son-in-law, that whole debacle thing going on there with the abusing political funds, or that himself or his campaign, or people in his camp have been indicted. And I'm not even talking about the propaganda yet. These are just facts. Everything I just said so far is people pleading guilty. Is this understood? I have not said, okay. They've pled guilty. All right. Just so we're clear. But wow, I thought about it, Phil. I said to myself, wait a minute. He's still a presidential candidate. So I didn't think about that when I was talking to you Friday, Phil. I did not think about that. But Donald Trump is still a presidential candidate. I don't know if y'all get this, But court takes a while. Not sure if you know about that. And if you got enough money, you can make sure court takes a while. It can strategically take until the next presidential election. And by then, President Donald Trump would be unpersecutable. What a wonderful time we live in. I am so excited to see what happens next with all of this, because what's happening is what's called Hegelianism. George Hegel, philosopher, sometime like 1600s, said no truth ever wins. You get a thesis, and then later you get a synthesis. Everybody has the same thought, and then you get a thesis that rises out of that synthesis. Yes, this same thought is true. You know, when Black folk meaning, we say stuff twice, like jail, Jerome, and what? Jail, right? Calvin dead. You know, anyway, I don't know nothing about this. That's okay. That's a culture thing. That's a culture thing. And then you get an antithesis, and neither of them ever win. It comes to create a new synthesis or synthesis. What you're looking at, if I had to surmise, is the change of American politics as we know it. If I had to guess, if I'm right, we won't find out for 30 years from now. We won't find out until Gen Zers have babies. We won't find out today. When Gen Z starts running for political offices and their children come up, we're going to see something. We're going to see something radical happen. I believe you're looking at the destruction of the two-party system. I had plenty of time to think about this. Everything I'm saying right now is bold. Like, this doesn't make any sense. This don't make any sense. What I'm saying is so radical, it's so bold. If I was on TV, which I will be as soon as you upload this to YouTube and podcast, half the people are going to dismiss me immediately. I have a strong feeling the third party is going to come that's actually going to have credence. I don't mean independence. I don't mean independence. I mean like the LBGT party or NAACP party. This is where you're going. This is what I see. I see a party that's going to come in the middle, because to be evangelical today means to be racist, no offense. To be liberal today means to be irresponsible. There's no middle anymore. There's no middle. If there is a middle, then Janice, at very best, the best me feeling Susan argument is the middle moved. Like, if there's still a middle, the middle moved is what we can. It's the best we can give you. The middle moved. So I believe, well, the Republican Party is already splintered and split. But that started happening. You see, the stuff you see today is ramifications of 2008. The moment the Tea Party happened, you're looking at the side effects of all that stuff in 2008. But it took, what's that, 12 years? Yeah, something like that. It's 12 years to see that happen. So we're in the same thing right now. There are things happen we can't see for 12 years from now. So I'll conclude with this. Donald Trump is one historic figure. He is not done writing his story, and y'all got him messed up if he going down silently into the night. And the idea of a former president being charged was impossible. It was supposed to be. And Ronald, was it Ronald? Which one of them? I will not Watergate. The
Nixon.
president yeah, but it was no. Who succeeded Nixon? Because that's who started this in a good way. I will not press charges. Who's
Ford.
Ford, thank you. Ford started the precedent, which I agree with. Us persecuting presidents crumbles the system. It just does. It just does. Let me say, well, nobody's above the law.
Nobody's above the law.
The president has to be.
But
Go ahead,
Antonio,
Doug.
seriously, how do you, when you do all these illegal things and you are in the position that you're in, how do you not hold that manner? I don't agree. None of it. A crook is a crook is a crook is a crook. I don't care what your title is.
And not only is that accurate, that's why I'm saying Donald Trump is such a historical figure. Because do you understand how, and I'm going to say this as black as possible, so y'all can get there. Do you understand how mad you have to make white people as a white man to then get the highest throne in America and get in trouble? Do you know how mad you have to make people? You know how many conversations behind the scenes have to happen? Like, I need you to get that there is no way that this man was indicted because of a liberal left agenda. That's the propaganda coming at you. No, some people sat down and said, what are we gonna do? And they had real series of conversations and said, but if you do that, Jonathan, you're going to lose this. I know, but something's got to be done. Well, Marco, what do you think? Well, we can't do anything. We can't do that because if I don't do anything, I'm going to lose my voters. Well, let's re-gerrymander. We can't. He's too powerful. They literally, if you think that these people have sat down and just haphazardly made a decision, you are not understanding politics or getting wealth and keeping it. There is nobody indicting Donald Trump that is not saying, oh, I'm going to lose my wealth. This is a major risk. And anybody on the losing side is going to pay.
Okay, let me ask you this question. So what if it was you? Because I guarantee you would be under the jail. I guarantee you. So I guarantee you. So you got to help me with this because you see I got attitude about it. I guarantee you would be done. We wouldn't even be having this conversation. You'd have been done a long time ago.
I'll even push that further. I'll tell you, not only would I have been done a long time ago because I'm a black man, but I would have got away with far more than Susan would have got away with. So this ain't just about This ain't about race at this point. This is about male misogyny. Just no doubt about it. The infallibility of the presidential throne, because I'm gonna call it the throne. I'm doing it on purpose. I'm doing it on purpose. It's not a throne. Americans have set that way up. Tomato as president. But this is one great time to be alive. This is so good. We don't even care about Eric Snowden and what he leaked. Yeah. Politics of love. You sure right, Phil. And she's presidential candidate. Well, why don't you tell us about her, Phil? That's Marianne Williamson. He's unmuting his mic right now. He's going to tell you all about him.
I got something screwed up.
No, you got it. You got it here. We can hear you now. But Marianne Williamson is running for president. She wrote a book, Politics of Love. But she also wrote the book, Course of Miracles, which is very, very good. Very, very good. It's a group on Facebook about it. Let me wrap this up. Jay, all I'm saying is,
Antonio.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's why John Kasich refused to be his vice president.
Yeah.
And poor Mike Pence, who was really a good guy.
Right.
He's actually shocked me on his position.
They just subpoenaed him last
Standing
week.
by. They're
Yeah.
all standing by Trump.
Yeah.
Phil, you were unmuted there for a minute. I don't know.
I stand behind Trump because they invented him, they elevated him, and if they go against him, they go against themselves. They
But
have to.
And that's why I say 30 years from now, when it's like, have y'all seen how the young people react to the church today? Young people are going to react the same way to politics. Like, you can't keep saying, I think this is not Trump related for me. This is the internet. The problem here is the internet. The problem is what you're looking at is a great display of unchecked white supremacy. I do apologize for offending you. A great display of unchecked white supremacy, and half this stuff is supposed to be secret and not seen. But the internet does not allow that to happen anymore. So with this is, and I need y'all to get this, as much as you do not want to admit this, and that's okay with you. I got no problem saying it. This is not a political thing. This is a protection of the status quo, and somebody got to pay.
They
And
think
I'm-
it's a protection of Christianity. That's what all those Republicans think it is. What do they think, that the rest of us aren't Christians too? I
And
mean,
that's
it doesn't make any sense that it has become a religious thing
right.
that they're holding on to for fear.
Y'all hear that? She's absolutely right. And she is saying what I'm cautious to say. And what I'm cautious to say, but I have the fortitude to say it, is for some Christians, and for some people who follow white supremacy. I did not say white people. Actually, there's a whole lot of people in Proud Boys who are not white. The leader of Proud Boys is not white, just so we're clear. Look it up. I did. Deanna, look up leader of Proud Boys, just so they know I'm not out here just willy-nilly saying stuff with my lips parting. The dude is Hispanic. Just so
Wow.
we're clear. The number one
Wow.
white supremacy on the FBI list in the world is led by a Hispanic guy. They got 10 tenets. I actually agree with some of the tenets though. Look, I ain't joking. Enrique Tarrio. Man, y'all out here playing, man. Man, take that down. Take that down. They thought I was lying. That dude looked black. Put it back up one more time.
I was just about to say that.
It looked like my cousin, Salvio. Look, that dude look black. Look like his name, Henry. Actually, Enrique means Henry in English. Well, you can stop me down. Enrique is actually Henry in English, translated. Nevertheless, what you're looking at, y'all, Susan is absolutely right. And it hurts my feelings to say this here. But what we call evangelical, what it's morphed into, has become an extension of white supremacy. This is not a political problem. I need y'all to get that there's a status quo, whether you want to call it white supremacy or not, that's up to you. But there's a status quo that has said, wait a damn minute. Now, our back is against the wall. Think about it. If nothing happens to Donald Trump, the system don't work. If something happens to Donald Trump, system works too good. You're not paying, no, I gotta do it again. If nothing happens to Donald Trump, system don't work. But if the system is not protected, the Donald Trumps, then the system don't work. And we've built it. Yeah, see, they need to give me a microphone. Just let me talk all on CNN. We built a system in which it has the illusion of being fair, but I can prove to you it's not by saying everybody doesn't see color until you're treated like a Negro. Then you see color.
Hello.
I said what I said. So understanding this Donald Trump thing is such a great time in history to see where our collective conscience is, because this ain't got nothing to do with Donald Trump no more. It did at first, Susan. Oh, but Phil, I had plenty of time to think about this. This ain't got nothing to do with him no more. This has everything to do with the fact somebody in power, it's called an oligarchy or oligarchy, however you want to say it. It said, wait a minute now, we got to do something, but we can't do something. And I don't know what they're going to do, Phil, but it's going to be exciting to see. Best thing Donald Trump could ever do is be a two-term president. And if that happens, well, I don't even know what that does for our American political system. I have no idea the ramifications. I can't fathom them. Go ahead, Phil.
I've done a lot of work with lawyers. They could get CLE credits listening to me. And the greatest line I got to working with lawyers, the lawyer had a sign on his desk: justice is in heaven. Down here, we simply practice the law.
That is accurate. Never heard of that before. That's accurate. That's accurate. That's accurate. Y'all.
There's a chapter in this. There's a chapter in this book called "Race and Repentance."
Wow.
In the Politics of Love, which is pretty interesting, neat little chapter.
I definitely want to read.
Maybe this is our next book.
Maybe that should be. Yeah, should be. Yes, ma'am.
Oh gosh, I don't
We can hear
don't
you.
remember what I was going to say.
Oh, okay. Well, that means you was
It'll
actively
come to
listening.
me.
Okay, yeah, it means you was actively
Oh, about
listening.
Russia. If Trump comes in and, Russia leading the United Nations coming up, I just, those ends of time things are getting closer and closer what they're talking about.
Right, and the end of white supremacy is getting closer and closer than what we're talking about.
Yes, you're right.
Brazil, Russia, India, China. It's BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India, China. Whatever the S is. I forget who the S is. They all just put their money together to no longer trade with the US dollar.
Yep.
That happened Friday. So if that happens, what's the point of the United Nations? If I dare you to tell me what's the point of the United Nations, because right now the American dollar is traded by 80% of the world. 323 measly Americans have controlled import and export since the steel industrial revolution, the advent of steel. 323 people. That's not even 0.1% of 8 billion. It makes no sense. So you're not just white supremacy is under attack. And let me tell you something. That's not a good thing. You think it's a good thing, but nothing goes down without a fight. So the greatest force to ever happen on this planet from man, if you think, oh, whatever you call white supremacy, whatever you don't, if you don't think it's the greatest force on planet Earth, you're not paying attention. White supremacy has no religion, but it's the greatest religion of all time, the most powerful. Invented no religion, Susan, but it's the #1 religion in the world as far as dollars go and power. That's what's under attack. And after I talked to Phil, I thought about it. I was like, wait a minute. That was too easy. That's what I see. What don't I see? Remember, I tell you all the time, real power is felt, not seen. It's some folk in some rooms going, he went too far. He went too far. This situation messes up the presidency. It messes up Congress. It messes up lobbying. It puts liberal eyes in journalists where they don't want them now. Now people are getting investigated that shouldn't be. I'm not telling you people do it wrong, but now one of us want an audit, do we? I don't mean we're doing something wrong. We just ain't been keeping the books like we said we was. None of us wants to be audited. Now you got a bunch of people who were untouchable being audited with cameras and lawyers. That's what is happening here. And to your point, Adonia, besides moving, because you'll be gone. Susan, Adonia, any woman would have been, especially a white woman, y'all would have been treated far worse. What happened to Hillary Clinton during the election is far more telling than what it should be. She went from shoot in. I don't even think we hear from Hillary Clinton. Yeah, when did I say I heard from Hillary Clinton? I don't even hear from her anymore. I don't even hear from her anymore. She faded all the way away. She popped up twice and then she gone.
They beat her up too much. She got beat up too bad.
She said she's done with it all and is just hanging with her grandchildren.
Yes, that's a white woman with a, no disrespect, but we need to call a spade a spade. A white woman who ain't never did nothing wrong, but some emails that all presidents do. Can't even be respected. She done stood by her husband through infidelity. We know she helped run the country. She might as well have been vice president, and she was Secretary of State. Women have no leeway in this country. No leeway. No leeway. No leeway. No leeway whatsoever. So anyway, I'm done. Go ahead, Phil. I think I saw you on mute. Oh, okay. I'm done. I got plenty more to say about Mr. Donald Trump. I wish all you.
Did you say she was a senator?
No, Secretary of State. I meant to say Secretary of State.
Yeah, she was Secretary of State. She was also a senator.
Oh, she sure was. I forgot about that. She sure was. I sure did forget she was a senator. Look at that. I sure did. She was a senator. And how is she not qualified to be president? Like, think about this. I'm sorry. I should have laughed that hard. That don't make no sense though. Like, she was unqualified? For what? Oh, well, she did. Nope. Well, she got outmarketed. Nope. Well, Donald Trump did bad ads. That's true. He did that brilliantly. I'll give you that one. But she was unqualified because she had a uterus.
Amen.
Every woman here knows I'm telling the truth. Now, why is that so uncomfortable for me to say a woman was unqualified because she was a woman? Because white supremacy has made it that way. And when I say a woman is unqualified for being a woman, I'm not supposed to say that. Because it's supposed to be a dirty little secret I ain't supposed to talk about. That's how powerful white supremacy is.
Because men are the head of the household.
Exactly.
So to speak.
Exactly. 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 And if I push that further, which men are head of households, then the truth comes out again, doesn't it? This is a great time to be alive, y'all. If you ever gonna do anything, all I'm asking you to do, I beg you, I beseech you, take every post, everything that comes from the right I want you all to take it and put it in your own company because it's going to be brilliant. The spin doctor of what the left is doing, it's going to be brilliant. Just try to put it in your company with love. You know, take the concept. Don't talk about a company. You know, take the concept out. The mere fact, I saw a bumper sticker the other day. Donald Trump is Jesus Christ. Deal with it. It's on the internet. Is Jesus Christ.
That's craziness.
I'm just so we clear, and I don't want you to think I'm making this up. I just did a simple, this ain't even a Google search. This is a DuckDuckGo search. I need you to get Donald, oh my God. With Holy Week indictment, Donald Trump is entering Jesus territory. The Intercept 3 days ago. Washington Post said stop comparing Jesus to Donald Trump. Daily Express 12 days ago. Donald Trump arrested compared to crucifixion of Jesus Christ by top lawyer. Donald Trump shares post proclaiming him as second only to Jesus. Lawyer compares Trump to Jesus Christ. Trump's supporters see him as the Messiah. Jesus Christ. Trump says the Son of God is only one person more higher than him. Is Donald Trump Christ? These are real articles. No, this is the President Donald Trump, the Son of Man, the Christ. That's a book, Phil. That's a book on Amazon. That's a book on
Shut up.
Amazon.
Shut up.
Last year, January 28th last year, this is a book on Amazon.
These people are brainwashed.
Well, you remember he had Paula White going to Africa, trying to get them to pray for him.
All I'm saying is, boss man, what a wonderful time to be alive. It's a wonderful time to be alive because the church, where Phil was Urantia, there's something like, you know, Christianity's got like power of 10. It's probably at power 1 now. It's like,
You weren't here in the 60s. That was a wonderful time.
oh, that was a
50s and
wonderful
60s.
time. Man,
Right,
I should have
Jerome?
been here. I should have been here for sure. Y'all, this is fat. I'm excited to see everything that happens. I really am, because I take things for what it is. For me, anything is, it's just information. And I get to
The age
decide
of
what I
Aquarius.
want. Age of Aquarius. Well said. It's just information to me. I'm not offended by it. I mean, I'm not offended by it. If I was someone who acted like Donald Trump, I would feel like it was an attack on me. I'm not. I'm not. I don't have anything that he has, and I don't benefit from anything he benefits from. I'm not. If I was a woman, I don't know. Maybe I would want my husband to be protected or something. Either way, this is just information. All things are just information and energy coming at you, and I get to quarterback that information. And if I see something that I don't like, I just call an audible, run a different play. Life is truly that simple. That is the law of allowing wrapped up in sports talk.
As you say, it's already done.
It's already done. It's already done. So Donald Trump is fantastic. I have, and remember, I ain't said a single bad word about it, but that's evangelical Christianity that y'all just saw. And there's no way, Susan, that your son and your son's kids, or your sons and your daughters, both of y'all, all of them, I think I got 3 of them left. They seeing this, and their kids are seeing this. And there's no way church and Christ don't change. It's impossible. It's impossible. Every action has opposite and equal reaction. You can't keep saying racism is the second coming of Christ. Bigotry is the second coming of Christ. and expect people to hold your Christ. See y'all at 5:30 tonight, and then 7 o'clock as well. I'll hit everybody up about the books and thingies and stuff. And no, we're not having a meeting with them, but I do need to have a meeting with the other person. You can plant better, you can dominate. Love you, everybody.
Love you more.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Come on.